Welcome back to study section 7 on HE 302. In the previous study section, we discussed important tools in farm management, which are farm evaluation and depreciation of farm assets. But here we'll be talking about farm inputs management. At the end of this study section, you should be able to define land, its characteristics, and its management. Also, you should be able to define capital, its characteristics, and its types. And lastly, you should be able to explain labor and its characteristics. Let's discuss this learning outcome one after the other. Land could be defined as a farm resource given by nature. The following are the examples of farm resources: soil, minerals, forests, fishing grounds, and climate. All resources that exist naturally and contribute to the production of farm output are classified as land. From the point of view of agriculture, land is the most important factor of production. No agricultural production can take place without land. So land possesses all the following characteristics. Number one, land is a gift of nature. Land exists naturally without the effect of human being, since it is the gift of God. Man did not spend any amount to bring it into existence. Secondly, land is relatively immobile. Land cannot be moved from one place to another. That is why land is generally scarce in urban centers and in less demand in the rural areas. Land is fixed in supply. Since land cannot be produced by man, land supply is therefore fixed. It cannot be increased to meet the rising demand. The reward for land is rent. The cost of producing land is zero. It is the gift of nature. However, the money paid for the use of any parcel of land is what we call rent. Land varies according to the location. The denser the population of an area, the greater the demand for land, and hence the higher the value. Therefore, land in urban areas commands a higher price than land in rural areas. To maintain the productivity of land, there are two major steps which are usually taken into consideration. The first one is physical measures, the second one is cultural measures. Physical measures, this consists of construction of ridges or contours and planting of crops or trees on these ridges. Cultural measures, these measures include the avoidance of vulnerable areas like bank of rivers, steep slopes, etc. Planting of cover crops and shade trees, crop rotation, application of fertilizer and compost manure is being used in these cultural measures. However, land for the production of crops and rearing of animals is not homogeneous. What can be produced from a particular piece of land depends on the number of factors, which includes the climatic condition of each area, especially rainfall distribution. Secondly, the nature of the fertility of the soil. This explains why in the same area maize do well on some plots of land and perform poorly on other plots of land. The topography of the area. Cultural practice of the people in the area, the quantity and quality of the resources applied to the area, the position of the area in relation to the market for the products. All these factors affect farmers' decision on what to produce and the farming system to adopt. Capital is defined as the produced means of production. In essence, capital represents resources that are not needed for their own sake, but they are needed for the production of other goods. Unlike land, capital is produced as a result of human effort. Examples of farm capitals are farm buildings, farm machineries and equipment, fertilizers, farmland, seeds and planting materials, breeding stock, crops, simple farm tools and more importantly cash. Therefore, the reward of capital is interest. The following are the major characteristics of capital, which is man-made. Capital assets normally lose value within the year. The loss in value is as a result of wear and tear due to its uses. Capital assets is used to acquire other goods. Capital assets can be stored. Capital assets can be classified into fixed or variable capital. It can also be classified into short, medium or long-term capital. There are many ways of classifying capital. Some of these classes of capital include the following: fixed capital, variable capital, long duration capital, medium duration capital, short duration capital, constant flow capital, and monetary capital. Kindly read more on the explanation discussed under the classes of capital in your study materials. Capital is very important in agricultural production because of the following reasons. 1. Capital enables farmers to increase the production of agricultural goods and services. That is, without capital, no output can be produced by the farmer. Capital enables farmer to hire additional labor to increase his or her output. Capital also improves the standard of living of a farmer. The use of capital saves farmers time and increases their output substantially. Capital improves the efficiency of other factors of production. With capital, labor is able to work efficiently on the land. Labor may be defined as all human efforts, which may be physical or mental, skilled or unskilled, used in the production process. Labor as a factor of production involves human being. The reward for the use of labor are wages and salaries. Labor in combination with other factors of production is utilized to produce products. Labor is almost the most difficult among the factors of production to deal with because it involves man. In agriculture, skilled workers include farm manager, extension officer, horticulturist, agronomist, animal scientist, etc. Farm manager is interested in both the quantity and quality of labor. The quantity of labor refers to the total supply of labor, while the quality of labor determines its efficiency. Characteristics of labor. No two individuals have equal productive ability. It is therefore generally accepted that labor varies in quality from one person to another. Another important characteristic of labor is that it is perishable. Labor productivity varies with time because of age and length of working. Labor is mobile. People move from one place to other in search of job. Labor cannot be stored like capital. Supply of labor. The supply of labor will be discussed under the types of labor available and the sources of labor supply. We have skilled labor. This involves the use of mental effort in carrying out productive activities. This group of workers are those with high educational qualifications. Examples are agricultural officers, engineers, lawyers, doctors, and accountants. Semi-skilled labor. This involves the combination of both physical and mental efforts in carrying out productive activities, and it includes workers with little education and training. They perform such work as clerical job, typists, and such other middle-level manpower. Unskilled labor. This involves those workers with no education who use physical energy in carrying out their production activities. The categories of workers that fall under unskilled labor include messengers, cleaners, security guard, and others that do not require mental effort to perform. Labor efficiency is the ability to achieve a greater output in a shorter period of time and without any reduction in the quality of the work. In other words, efficiency of labor refers to the ability to increase productivity per man employed. The efficiency of labor force depends on the number of factors which includes climate. This is an important factor in agricultural production. It influences the willingness to work. Extreme temperature or high humidity are not conducive to work. Health of a worker. The efficiency of the worker is closely related to his state of health, which in turn depends on his being adequately fed, clothed, and housed. Peace of mind. Anxiety is detrimental to efficiency. A social security scheme relieves people from worry about the future by providing for them in terms of sicknesses, unemployment, and old age. Working conditions. The general condition under which people can influence the efficiency of labor. Efficiency of other factors. The productivity of labor will be increased if the quality of other factors is high. The more fertile the land, the greater will be the output per man, other things being equal. This makes us to come to an end of this study section. I hope you've learned one or two things from the video. Kindly read more in your study materials for more understanding and explanation. Join me for the next study section. Thank you for listening.